country, raising the question in household across the nation, who are the un-American Americans amongst us?
Any man who has been named by either a senator or committee or congressman is dangerous to the welfare of this nation.
President Eisenhower refuses to engage directly with McCarthy in a letter to his brother. However, Eisenhower explains, and I quote, "Asking McCarthy, only a short-sighted or completely inexperienced individual would urge the use of the office of the presidency to give a woman the publicity he so avidly desires." Time and time again, without apology or evasion, I and many members of this administration have stood for the rights of the individual for free expression of convictions, even though those convictions might be unpopular and for uncensored use of our libraries except as dictated by common decency.
Yvette!
Monsieur, do not come in. You frighten me unto death.
Wouldn't want to do that. There are so many better ways to die. Is everything ready? Please turn up that noise.
We...
Good. Cook!
You called, sir.
Everything on schedule?
Dinner will be ready by 7:30. Sharp.
Ah, right on time. You have your instructions.
We...
Very well then. Let the game begin. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm not quite sure I'm in the right...
Yes, indeed, you are expected, Colonel.
How do you know who I am?
It is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name. My name is Colonel...
I believe it's been recommended that tonight you use a pseudonym.
No, thank you. I took an antihistamine before I came.
May I take your coat?
Oh, suppose.
Not to worry, Colonel. It's just the maid in the hall with the champagne cork.
Champagne.
Don't mind if I...
This way, let's go.
Thank you. Are you expecting anybody else?
Indeed. I'll be with you in a moment.
Follow me, Colonel.
Pleasant.
Do come in, madam. You are expected.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you are to be a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in my letter, but why?
May I introduce you, Mrs. White? This is the maid, Yvette. I see you too. Know each other.
We have never met.
Champagne.
I think not.
Please warm yourself in the lounge.
Why, was it cold?
A bit. I'll be right with you.
Oh! Hello.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
I am rarely pleased to meet anyone.
Hello, madame. Please. Come in, President.
Mrs. Peacock, I presume.
Oh, yes, that is me.
Cook, will you please take Mrs. Peacock's stove? I see you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Champagne. My lips belong to the Lord.
Please make yourself comfortable in the lounge.
Thank you. Oh, for your hospitality. Here's a couple of Benjamins and another caramel for you, butler.
How sticky.
I expect to be treated like a boy.
Oh, hold that thought. I'll be right with you, Miss Peacock, right through that door after you, yes.
Oh my! Look at the detail of this interior molding. It's quite a magnificent mansion, isn't it? Ah, who are you?
Welcome to the party.
This is turning out to be quite the crowd.
Good evening.
Is this the Regina, Mr. Ronald?
Sit! No more view, sir. Please, come in. Sorry.
Sorry, I fear this letter has me rather anxious.
You must be Mr. Green.
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
This isn't at all what I expected.
I find if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed.
I'm not disappointed.
Pardon me, sir. Good evening.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp on Saturday evening. Well, here I am,
Professor Plum.
if you say so.
Well, and I thought I'd seen everything.
Miss Scarlet, welcome. I didn't realize that you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridges washed out from the rain. My car broke down, and this, professor offered to give me a ride. I didn't realize we were going to the same place until we'd arrived.
How was your drive?
It's a long haul.
Indeed, it is a long haul. But then again, it's a very large house. This way, please.
Say, what is this godforsaken place anyways?
This old place, oh, this is Body Manor. Cook, dinner,
Dog! Bentley!
appetizers in the lounge. After you.
Ooh, hors d'oeuvres, I'm starving.
Funny, I haven't much of the appetite at all.
Oh, my, this really is a party.
Well, greetings all, it's a pleasure for you to see me. Ooh, cocktail hour.
There's so many of you, I didn't realize.
Right, good then, you're all here. Colonel Mustard,
Prisoner.
Miss Scarlet, Mrs. White,
Yes.
Professor Plum,
Right.
Mr. Green,
That's me.
and Mrs. Peacock.
Howdy, Bill.
Greetings. I'm Wadsworth, the butler. Tonight, as you may have surmised, nobody is being addressed by their real name. A courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I suggest you all follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. You never know when. Dinner.
Sorry, I guess I'm just relaxed.
Mr. Wadsworth, you were saying you never know when what?
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 This way. We really oughtn't keep her waiting. Cook can get cranky. Ladies and gentlemen, right this way. The dining room is right through here. You'll find your names beside your places. Please be seated.
No one say my name.
Oh, Colonel.
I'll leave her over here.
Have you seen my name down there? It isn't me!
So, this chair at the table, is that for you?
Indeed, no, sir. I do not sit. I'm merely a humble butler.
And what exactly is it that you do?
A bottle, sir.
Dinner is served.
Thank you, cook.
Well then, Butler, what's this all about, this dinner party?
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
That?
Merely quoting, sir, from Alfred Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling, Colonel?
Oh, anything. So, where's our host? Is this where he sits?
All in good time, sir.
What is that smell? It's something
Bon appetit.
This soup is delicious, isn't it? It's so Well then, I'll be the one to break the ice. I'll be the one to get the ball rolling. I'm used to being the hostess. It's an integral part of my job as the wife of a... Oh wait, what? I'm not supposed to say who we really are, but... I have no idea what we're doing here, but I am very intrigued. The soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are.
You do?
I work in Washington too.
Washington? So, you must be a politician's wife, Miss Peacock.
Who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Well, he's, Mrs. White! You've been awfully quiet. What is it that your husband...
Nothing.
Nothing.
He just lies around on his back all day.
Oh, how lazy.
Not necessarily.
Oh, sorry, just a minute.
That will be $5, mister.
Pardon me?
Mr. Green, what is it you do in Washington?
Oh, I shouldn't say. I have to follow you.
Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, we'd be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
Are you afraid of silence, Miss Peacock?
Yes, no one.
In my professional opinion, it seems that you suffer from what we call fear of silence, itis.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
In psychological medicine.
Do you practice?
Not anymore. I currently work for the government.
Another politician?
Not exactly. I do work for, you know who.
Who?
A branch of the United Nations organization, the World Health Organization.
You know who? It's an acronym.
Oh.
I have a sister who was a gymnast.
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am.
Aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C. too?
How do you do that?
Well, I've seen you before.
Oh, so Miss Scarlett, you mean you live in Washington too?
Sure do.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
Oh, then this is about the Red Scare.
I'm not a communist, I'm a Republican.
Wadsworth, we've had about enough of this. Where is our host and why have we been brought here?
Speak of the devil. Pardon me, sir.
I have an idea. Good thinking, Miss Scarlett.
What is it we're listening for?
The acoustic coupling between the door and the glass allows sound waves to travel from one side to the other.
All the guests have arrived as expected, sir. Everything's going according to plan. We'll meet you in the study.
Lovely door.
Oh my god, this candle.
Oh,
They died for. You could.
Oh, for goodness sake! What's this all about? Who's at the door? I demand to know what is going on!
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No!
In that case, may I suggest that we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy, at which point I believe your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions. Your letters will all be explained, and the game will be afoot.
Calm down.
There, please. Thank you.
Oh,
believe that that will be all.
Oui, monsieur.
So, where's our host?
He's not here! Nobody's here! What is happening?
Cigarettes, calm your nerves.
I don't smoke them!
For Wordsworth.
Wadsworth?
Wadsworth. Oh,
Sound it out.
open after dining.
Dinner!
Dinner.
Dinner! Colonel. Right then, are you all comfortable?
I make it living.
Oh, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
Glad something is.
It seems the 6 of you have all received the same letter. It will be to your advantage to be present on this date, because a Mr. Body will bring to end a certain long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
As it turns out, all of you have one thing in common.
Oh, that Ted McCarthy. We're all being blacklisted, aren't we?
Close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable time, all of you have been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
Oh, please, what's someone going to blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anyone else wish to deny it? Very well. Until you'd received your letters, you hadn't known who was blackmailing you, but now I'm sure that even the least discerning amongst yourselves has determined that the man behind your ransom is Mr. Body himself.
And who are you, a henchman? You hard
This evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Couldn't you spare us the humiliation?
I'm afraid I have no choice. We'll start with you, Professor Plum.
Ooh, this ought to be good.
It says here that you were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in pathological lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the U.S. government.
So your work has not changed. But you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What do you do?
Well, you know how male doctors aren't supposed to date their lady patients?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did. Oh.
How awful! You know, someday they will be reckoning for men like you.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
You're disgusting.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock?
Well,
How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's vote to certain lobbying?
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing simple about that.
Not if it's publicly declared. But if you slip cash under the stall door at Old Ibby's Grill, how do you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
Wait, do you get that paid?
Mrs.
So it's true.
No, it is a vicious lie!
But you've been paying blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the paper. Seems a little sticky, no?
Now,
I am willing to believe her. I too am being blackmailed for something that I didn't do.
So am I.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed.
Well, I'm being blackmailed, all right. Only I did the thing I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run a non-governmental agency that handles classified affairs.
and in Washington?
So, Miss Scarlet, is that how you know Colonel Mustard?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlet.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
Oh, it's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
So it is.
A double negative.
A double negative, you mean a photograph?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, the double negative has led to proof. Positive. I am afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
You don't need any help from me, sir. Colonel, seems that you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. These negatives would most certainly compromise your position.
And what position were you exactly caught in, Colonel?
This is an outrage!
Let's see who's next. Mrs. White, you've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Say what you want, I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying blackmail?
I don't want another scandal, do I?
Another?
We had a very humiliating confrontation. He threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I think she meant that he had threatened in public to kill her.
Oh.
Yes.
It's all over the papers.
And yet, he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White, not you!
He was found dead at home unclothed. His head had been cut off, and so had his... You know. I didn't do it. I was out all evening at the movies.
And what was shown?
The naked alibi.
Oh, likely story.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
And lastly, Mr. Green.
I don't need you to unmask me, Wadsworth. I know what you're going to say.
What's that?
Mr. Green, who is a homosexual. Pardon me.
Oh. You asked who was a homosexual, and I said nothing.
Yes. Thank you, Colonel. But there's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
And how do you mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
My politics. Since when was voting for the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party, but neglected to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if there ever was one.
But I mean, voting records are confidential.
Ha! Everything has its price, Mr. Green.
So, there you have it.
And what?
A crooked senator's wife, a lascivious doctor, a disloyal Republican, and so forth. Not exactly adhering to the all-American standard of behavior either.
Well, depends on who you ask.
But if this body fellow is such a noble civilian himself, then why didn't he just report us to the authorities?
And give up the opportunity to make a buck. Come now, Professor, what could be more American than that?
Oh, apple pie.
All right, Wadsworth, someone being blackmailed by a renegade McCarthyist. Where does that leave us?
Where is this Mr. Body?
Oh, who cares? I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Peacock. You can stay in the aisle, but you cannot leave this house.
I am the wife of the great senator. You cannot tell me what to do.
Indeed, all the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are being patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce your host for this evening and blackmailer for life, Mr. Body.
How do you do?
Oh my God.
This is why. In the study. With her knee.
Thank you, I studied martial arts.
There's one more piece of information you may like to have.
What?
The police are coming in less than an hour.
The police?
Unless
Unless what?
you agree to double down.
And why would we do that?
Well, because if you don't, I'll take this briefcase containing all the evidence needed to expose your wrongdoings in the hands of the police, the press, and House of Un-American Committee. With the right spin, those fellows can make a commie out of anyone.
think many of you will face a lifetime in prison, and others a lifetime of shame. I can't believe this. Unless
what?
well, there is something you could do for me that I just can't bear to do myself. Something that will change the game.
What?
Well, tonight, I brought 2 bags containing 6 packages I thought our guests might find useful this evening.
Packages?
Presents, if you will. I'm a generous sort of fellow.
Are you?
Wadsworth, please see to it that each guest receives a gift.
Gladly.
Anyone want to make a guess as to what's in your boxes?
Perfume.
Candy.
Our guessing game is fun. Now, please, open them.
A candlestick. What's this for?
A wrench.
A lead pipe.
Oh no, it's a rope.
In your hands, you each have a lethal weapon. You all came here tonight because you believe the evidence against you was so terrible that you would do anything to keep it a secret. Now I'm putting that theory to the test.
You are?
See, Mr. Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows about your secrets, and it's costing us all dearly to keep him quiet.
Wadsworth?
I won't have to double your payments if I didn't have to pay Mr. Wadsworth for his silence.
What? That's a lie.
He may look suave and charming,
Thank you.
but he's really conniving and manipulative.
False!
Why do you think he's called the police?
You called the police?
Well, only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I, ladies and gentlemen, if you can manage to get rid of Mr. Wadsworth, I'll have no need to increase your blackmail or expose you to the police.
Get rid of?
In fact, if you can eliminate Wadsworth,
Yes, that's what I think he means.
who not only knows your secrets, but also mine, then we can eliminate your blackmail altogether and be done with this terrible business once and for all.
You would never.
But why make us do it, Bonnie? Why not do your dirty work yourself?
Why should I? When the 6 of you are so uniquely motivated and armed.
What a patriot.
After all I've done for you, he's the liar. I'm one of you. I'm not a lie. I'm an indentured servant.
Oh, a familiar refrain. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. The police are on their way. Now is your chance. The only other way to eliminate your blackmail and avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth. Now.
It's Mr. Bobby!
Oh my goodness.
Is he breathing?
Stand back! I'm the doctor! Oh, he's dead!
Who had the gun?
Oh, I did.
No, you shut up!
I did it!
If you did it, then who did?
Somebody grabbed the gun out of my hand, and the next thing I knew, there was a shot.
There's no gunshot wound.
He's right, there isn't.
There's a bullet hole lodged over there.
Eagle eye, Mister.
Well, if there's a bullet hole over there, then how did he die over here?
Something else must have killed him.
One of us must have killed him.
Need a drink.
Maybe he was poisoned by the brandy.
Calm down, Miss Peacock. Just breathe with me. Okay, in, out. Please calm down.
Someone had to shut her up.
Well, was the brandy poisoned?
How should I know?
Oh, looks like you'll never know.
Well,
The screams are coming from the bathroom. It's locked. Who's in there? Who's screaming?
Santa!
You bet.
Wait,
You bet you're
Where?
Well, here we are all looking at him. Oh, hell.
What took you so long?
I am an old woman who may not have been poisoned. It is amazing I am anywhere.
I heard you all in this study. One of you is a killer.
But how could you hear us in the study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder and the billiard room connected to the study. Monster body asked me to record our conversation.
Why would he ask you to do that?
Homo evitas, of course. Wildworth revealed your secrets, and now they are all recorded.
What a stake! I've got to destroy them. Where are those tapes?
Who cares about the tapes? What about the body?
What body?
Body!
Back to bed. Why were you screaming in there all by yourself? Because I was frightened. I also drank the cognac. What if I am poisoned too? Plus, one of you is the killer.
You're right. And we have to figure out which one of them.
What do you mean, which one?
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of you did. I would have killed him myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
Maybe the killer isn't one of us.
Who else is in the house? Only the cook.
The cook! As far as I can tell, the cook's not here.
Oh my, what a lovely kitchen! My husband and I had a kitchen very similar to this, and our first brownstone. It is such a homey feel, doesn't it?
It's the cook. Where's the dagger in her
Oh,
bag?
someone must have killed her.
What do you mean?
That makes two
To what?
murders.
Wadsworth, I think you better explain yourself.
Me?
Well, who else would want to kill the cook?
Yeah, I mean, dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you be making jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense mechanism. If I were the killer, I'd kill you next. I said if. There's only one admitted killer here, and it's not me. It's his wife.
Well, I have admitted nothing.
You paid the blackmail. Say, how many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women?
Yours.
5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. I believe that husbands are like Kleenex. Soft, strong, and disposable.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who had the dagger?
It was Mrs. Peacock.
Well, that's what I set it down!
Where?
In the study! Any one of us could have picked it up!
Well, I never even saw the dagger.
Well then, it must have been Mr. Green! Oh!
Can someone help me?
Lord, let him out, someone.
Oh, Mr. Green, you really got to learn to speak up for yourself. Oh.
Oh, gentlemen, might I suggest that we take the cook's body into the study for purposes?
Why?
For starters, when the police arrive, if they see this, we'll all be in custody and under suspicion for murder.
Murder?
And secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
I'm attached to that thing.
There
Are we sure that he was really dead?
He was.
We should have checked.
I thought I had.
So was he dead or wasn't he?
Maybe someone moved him, but who would want to move him?
And why?
Oh, my, oh, this excites me. And if you excuse me, I need to... Where is the little girl's room?
Oui, madame.
No, I need to powder my nose.
The toilet right outside the billiard room.
Okay. Move.
Hi.
Yes.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but we do currently have the small issue of 2 dead bodies, 1 missing, 1 present, and the imminent arrival of the police.
The bridge is washed out from the rain. That should get us some extra time.
But I don't want extra time. I want the police to arrive. I'm trapped in this house with a murderer.
But once the police get here, the rest of us are doomed.
Wadsworth, am I right in thinking that there's anybody else in this house?
No.
Then there is someone else in this house.
Sorry, I meant no meaning yes.
No meaning yes?
Yes.
Look, I want a straight answer.
Don't look at me.
Look, if there's someone else in this house, yes or no?
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't.
Yes.
There seems to be some confusion about whether or not there is or is not somebody else in this house.
There isn't.
There isn't any confusion or there isn't anybody else.
Neither.
Just give me a clear answer.
What was the question?
Is there anybody else in this house?
No!
That's what he says. But does he know?
Look, we have 2 dead bodies. The missing body of Mr. Buddy, the dead body of Cook. With the dagger in her back, and all of these easily accessible weapons. The revolver, the rope, the dagger, the candlestick, the wrench, and hey, where's the lead pipe?
Mr. Bond, the guy who's attacking her.
Stand back! He's dead.
That's what you said the last time!
I believe in second chances.
Mr. Body! Dead again.
No! Oh, I'm going to bed!
Oh, don't worry, I'll catch you. Fall into my arms. Sorry.
Mrs. Peacock,
Yes! Oh.
where did this happen?
In the bathroom! At first, I thought he was attacking me, but then I realized he'd been propped up dead the whole time, waiting to fall on someone. You
Who would do such a thing?
It takes a lot of guts to kill someone twice.
It's what we call overkill.
But like, why?
What's the difference?
Makes a difference to him.
Makes a difference to us. We've got to find out who killed him, when, and with what.
Seems like it was probably the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of game are you playing, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
You! The lead pipe belonged to you.
Yeah, but they dropped it while we were running to the kitchen.
People don't just drop murder weapons.
I didn't know it was a murder weapon.
So any one of us could have picked it up.
Yes, but who did? Who did pick up the lead pipe? Who picked up the lead pipe and brutally murdered Mr. Body, leaving him dead and bloody on the battered floor?
Like Butler! While you're over here using your marbles, I'm trying to do something useful. Have you all forgotten about the briefcase full of evidence against us?
The
The briefcase is locked!
There must be a key.
Mr. Green, would you ever be so kind as to check Mr. Body's pockets for the key to his briefcase containing the evidence against us so that we may destroy said evidence once and for all? I mean, why not?
Bedtime gloves. I'm trying my hardest, okay? I need you to calm down. There's a murder. There's a dead body. So please just shh. Okay?
It's not getting warm. So that much.
Do you think I care? He's dead. It's not like his heart's stopped.
Yes, what happened?
Oh, he's dead with the cops. Oh, they're just waiting outside for you to finish.
Do you think I'm not trying?
Any day now, Mrs.
I'm going! You know, it's a really stressful situation to be in this house with all of you, and you're not very supportive, so. I really wish I was with these dead bodies with anyone I'm going! It's so warm for some reason. I'm just oh my god!
It's empty.
Empty!
Then where's all the evidence?
I told you that body was a liar! Had the briefcase! Evidence! And the evidence! It's my fault!
We gotta find the evidence.
And destroy it.
Evidence against us aside, we're in a house with 2 dead bodies.
And the cops are on their way.
Let's move the bodies to the couch so they look less dead.
Some party this is turning out to be.
Heavy looks over.
Get careful! Don't get any guns on the ground!
Solid battlefield technique, Professor Plum. Never leave a man behind.
Cadavers are heavier than they seem, aren't they?
I wouldn't know.
You're right, me neither. Aren't you strong and
Come on.
And over to Felix.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what do you say?
Yeah, I just read it. It's not like there's a living person in this group.
They're just like asleep.
Forget about the bodies. What are we coming to about the room full of murder weapons and a homicidal maniac on the loose?
I know! We'll all put the weapons in the bag. Here.
What's that gonna do?
Then we'll, zip up the bag.
Yes. Most murderers know how zippers work, Mr. Wadsworth.
I know.
We'll put the bag in the safe.
Terrific! Where's the safe?
In the hall.
I need to really out of breath from this exercise. I'm gonna pick up. Oh, wait.
Is that an original trumbull, Mr. Wadsworth?
Those are quite valuable.
Oh, now is not the time for art appreciation, Butler. Where is the safe?
Hidden safe behind a curtain. How original.
Voila!
There! Locked. Huh. It's good. Where is? I've locked it.
So, what are you gonna do with the key to the safe, Wadsworth?
Well, I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you are the murderer?
Well, I'm not.
But what if you are?
I've an idea. We'll throw it outside.
But you'd have to open the door, wouldn't you?
I would.
But what if the killer is outside?
But what if, when you open the door, you encourage the killer to go out?
out! The killer seems to be doing a fine job opening and closing the doors all by himself. I don't see how opening the door for one tiny second would make any much of a difference.
What? We open the door, throw away the key, and then the killer catches the key. Then the killer has the key we're trying to compass.
We might be overthinking this. I'm going to throw away the key. Follow me.
Is that the murder?
I mean, he didn't look like a murderer.
Takes one to know one.
See it before. Living room. Interrogation is my specialty. Move! How do you do?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb the whole household, but my car broke down and I was wondering if I could use your phone?
Are you a killer?
What? No.
All right. Follow me, please.
Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone? What body?
What? There's nobody. There's nobody.
Right. There's nobody in the study.
That phone's been disconnected. But, there's one ready for you in the lounge. Right this way.
All right then.
Right through that door. Yeah. Now! Listen! Our task is twofold. One, find the evidence. Two, find the murderer.
We've got one potential suspect contained in the lounge, but that leaves the whole rest of this place up for grabs. Who knows what's behind all these doors?
I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Split up?
Yes, that way none of us will be alone.
But whichever one of us is paired up with the killer might get killed.
Oh, Mom, do.
And then we'll know who the murderer is.
But neither half of the band would be dead.
This is war, Peacock! Casualties are inevitable. You cannot make an omelet without cracking any eggs. Every good cook will tell you that.
Let's look what happened to the club.
Colonel, I really wanted to take that chance.
What other choice do we have?
None.
I guess you're right. Sir.
All right! Throw it and conquer. I'll split us off. Eeny, meeny, miny.
No! Mrs. White, you'll come with me. Professor Plum, you'll be with Mrs. Peacock. Yvette, you're with Mr. Green, and Miss Scarlet, you're stuck with Eeny Meeny.
But what if the other half of the pair doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fondly. Now, leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. This might be the last person you ever see. That's why I'm nervous.
But why? It's just us. We're alone.
That's just it, Mrs. White. No man in his right mind would ever want to be alone with you.
Fine. You go in there. I'll go in here. Are you going in?
Yes. Are you?
Yes.
On the count of 3. 1, 2.
There's nothing in that room.
Nothing in that room either.
Shall we search the ballroom?
Up to you.